Welcome back, everybody. Before my next guest comes out, can I just say congratulations to Her Majesty the Queen, because she won a BAFTA. Did you see that in the news this week? She was given a BAFTA. There's Kenneth Branagh presenting her with the award for her support and the royal family support of the British film industry over the years. He said she was getting for it, among other things, her role as a Bond girl in the Olympics. And I was at the ceremony, OK? I was invited along. I was very lucky to be invited along. And I was interviewed on TV beforehand with a rather unfortunate caption. OK? Look at this. That's what they put on the screen. So it's out. Let's get my next guest out. He is the reigning IBF super middleweight champion, and this is how he won his belt.
The champion, and again he's hurt him. This is amazing.
Pound for pound, the best fighter in Britain. It's Carl Froch, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Carl, bring me your belt. Come on. Heavy. Is that the right way up? That's the right way up with the eagle looking down.
That's it.
OK, look at that. And so this is the IBF, the International Boxing Federation World Champion belt.
Correct.
And it's got mirrors on for your makeup and reversing. They're mirrors. What's it got mirrors on there for?
I don't know why they're there. I'm thinking about getting them. Wow. Touching out on them.
I don't think that would go round me, but thank you so much for the gift.
Yeah, no problem.
That's awesome. Hold on to that. That weighs a lot. When do you wear it? You don't wear it out ever, do you? It's just for... Could you wear it out? Could you wear it out to a pub or something? Or...
No. Can you imagine?
You wouldn't do that. Carl, it's great to have you here. Carl, as I said, is the IBF super middleweight champion. He's got a big fight coming up. The fight is 25th of May, is that right?
Yes.
OK, it's sold out. It's at the O2 Arena here. It's going to be on Sky Box Office HD.
Yes.
Do you get nervous? I mean, it's 7 weeks away. Obviously, you're focusing on it now, but does the fear begin to creep in, or are you...
I really switch on the night of the fight, actually. When I get to the arena, that's when I switch into actually, like, right, I'm fighting. But, yeah, I get nervous, I get apprehensive on the build-up. And there's, there's a lot of media obligations as well. I've got to promote this fight.
Well, that's kind of why you're here, I guess.
It's on Sky Sports Box Office, and it can get a bit annoying doing stuff when you're trying to train.
OK.
You know, I've had to come down the M1 today. I'm not...
Well, thanks for being so generous with your time.
Obviously, it's an honour to be on here.
I can understand you would get tetchy, I guess. You can get...
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm watching what I eat. I'm having to cut out a lot of my favourite foods.
So already that would make me tetchy.
Exactly.
What about other... So presumably, this is the question boxers always get asked, but presumably you give up certain delights, marital pleasures?
Yes, definitely. I mean, abstaining is something that Mickey taught in the films Rocky. You know, women, weaken legs. That's what Mickey said to Rocky, and he was right.
Oh, is that who trained you, the guy from the Rocky films?
No.
I mean, you have an actual trainer in real life. You don't just watch the Rocky movies and chase chickens around here, because I don't know...
It's quite realistic, the Rocky films. Robert McCracken, MBE, he trains me. He trains all the Olympians as well, so...
So you've got a proper trainer?
I've got a proper trainer,
OK.
Yeah.
I touched Carl's stomach accidentally earlier on. It was because I stood quite close to him, and my stomach just did it on its own accord. So I'm not aware of my dimensions as much as he is. He was very polite about it, but I felt it's like a rock down there.
Yeah, I'm in training. I've probably had a couple of months already training quite hard, so I'm in quite good shape at the minute. But I don't go out of shape between fights like a lot of people do.
I've interviewed Ricky Hatton a few times, and he tends to kind of like go crazy after a fight and relax and eats what he wants and drinks what he wants, and he gets... We can see him there. He enjoys life to the full, and good luck to him. And then he has to get back in shape. But you don't do that. You kind of hit the gym fairly soon after a fight. Is that right?
Yeah, I keep myself in good shape. Genetically, I've been criticised for saying I'm genetically gifted, but I've got Polish grandparents, and I do my weight very, very easily. I've got aunties and uncles.
So you say... So your grandparents, I'm assuming they weren't boxers?
No.
But they might have been. But they were always trim then. They were always in pretty good shape. So they didn't run the fat.
Yeah, that side of the family, you know, where my name comes from, Froch. It's Polish, and my 3 aunties and my uncle, they're all very tall and slim and lean.
And what about the other side of the family? Were they...
The other side of the family is not too bad, quite strong. I think I get my strength from my mum's side, to be honest.
Wow.
That fighting spirit from my mum. She's a bit of a fighter.
So your dad, you got the physique, and from your mother, you got the aggression.
Yeah, she was born in Newcastle. She's a northerner. So I don't want to generalise, but she can have a go.
While we mentioned your mum, does she come to see you fight? Does she watch you fight, or can she not bear to?
She's my biggest fan. She comes to every single one of my boxing matches, amateur and professional. She's not missed a fight all over the world, and I wouldn't have it any other way. She's brilliant, my mum.
I can imagine that would be a lovely thing.
It is, yeah.
For you to know she's there. So, are you married?
I live with my partner,
You live with
Rachel.
your partner, OK.
Yeah.
So does she come to the fights as well?
She comes to all my fights, yes.
And she...
Since we've been together.
Does she get into it? Does she kind of like...
She can be very vocal, yeah. She gets to this. She is there with my son. That's my baby boy, Rocker.
What a lovely little fellow.
So, when I boxed Mikkel Kessler for the first time, actually, Rachel was sat at ringside about to burst. I mean, that was April 2010.
I think about to burst isn't the most flattering phrase you can throw at a pregnant
sorry
woman.
about that. Yeah.
So she was ready to have the baby then. So
She was.
And now there's another one with the same fight, the rematch.
And then our baby girl's due at the beginning, obviously 4 weeks before the fight. So hopefully everything going well, I can be relaxed and just concentrate on the last 4 weeks.
So you know the baby's safe at home and mum's doing well as well. That would be lovely. Now this fight with Mr. Kessler, who's coming up here, Mr. Kessler beat you the last time you fought.
Yes.
Okay, it was on points.
Very close fight.
Wasn't it?
A lot of people thought it could have gone either way, but I boxed him in his home country of Denmark.
So you're saying it was fixed?
I lost fair and square. I lost fair and square.
When you go in for the weigh-in before the fight, I've noticed this, and it's almost always because, of course, it's a kind of it's a necessary part of the theatre that builds up to the fight for the audience. But it's also, I guess, there's a kind of certain requirements to make sure that you are the correct weight, that you haven't gone overweight, that you're in the right frame of mind, I guess. And you spend quite a lot of time with the guy you're about to try and pummel.
Yes, you do.
Previous to the fight, and you often get involved in these staring matches, don't you?
Yeah.
This has become almost an unofficial tradition, hasn't it? Where you stare at these guys, and I mean, there you look like you're going to kiss each other. I'll be honest with you, that looks like a gay calendar I had years ago. It's a very beautiful. Well, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, the stare-out's predominantly for the press to get the good pictures of the two fighters that are fighting each other.
If we were psyching each other out,
yes,
I believe I could outstare you. I don't think I could necessarily outbox you.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna... So you're in the ring. How close do you get? Who determines how close they are? Does someone just come up real close, boom like that, or you?
Easy. Well, basically, the press will say, look at the camera, hold your belt, and you pose up to the camera. But once you've done the weigh-in, they want a picture of us two.
So this is not a requirement from the boxing organisation. This is just for the media.
This is really for the media.
Because we're about the same height, about the same weight, so we are kind of.
After the.
That is to keep me safe.
After the weigh-in, you're looking at your opponent, you're waiting to see the reaction from the press, and they're going to give their orders, and they're going to say, right, can you have your face-off? But when I have the face-off, I'm looking at my opponent, I'm looking into his eyes, and I'll be thinking to myself, right, I'm fighting you tomorrow.
Well, you look angrier now than you did a minute ago, I'll be honest.
Yeah, well,
I want to reassure you, this is not going to lead to a fight in the next couple of days.
You've calmed me down.
So I want you to remember this isn't real.
I'm thinking to myself...
See that speed? He didn't even see that.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm fighting you tomorrow. I'm fighting you.
Okay.
This ain't going well, is it?
Stay with me in the room here, because I'm psyching you out now. That was my technique, you see.
That was a good one.
You see what I'm saying? You see? Does that happen ever? Do they ever go for the gonads?
I'm looking into your eyes. We're just about to look.
Yes.
The press are waiting. We're having a stare out. Basically, I'm going to be looking to you, and I'm looking at you, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm fighting you tomorrow. I'm going to be looking to do you some damage. I'm going to be looking to knock you out. I'm looking to do some serious damage. So you want to talk now because you probably, maybe not nervous.
I'm going to suggest tennis.
But when I'm looking at you, I'm looking for you to swallow. I'm looking for you to twitch. I'm maybe looking for you to look away first. I'm looking at anything that makes me feel that I've got the edge mentally.
So I want to try and get the edge with you.
Yeah.
Well, you just cracked and you just lost. I just won that fight.
You just totally 1-0 up.
See? You've got to watch out for that. OK, go to the side. OK, but I can see... OK, let's do this for real.
Yeah.
All right. OK, I'll wear contact lenses so it's hard for me not to blink. OK.
You're allowed to blink.
OK, all right, here we go. Carl Froch, ladies and gentlemen, sit down. Let's chat a little bit more. I want to talk to you a bit more. I think,
What's that, though?
you can have that as a souvenir. Put that in your belt next time you go out there. We mentioned your age earlier. You've got a few years left in if you want it. But what's your plan? When do you think you might retire? When do you have... and what do you have planned for afterwards?
I think 2 or 3 more fights because I'm very much at the top of my game now. And very, very few boxers can say they've done well enough to retire. This is why, for me, people say, why are you still fighting? I'm still fighting now for my legacy. You know, I've boxed the best of the best, and I'm not unbeaten. I won't retire undefeated. But one of the guys to beat me is Mikel Kessler, and this is the guy that's in my next fight. And I so badly want to beat this guy. It's not about the belts. I shouldn't say that. It's not about the world title belt. Forget it, take it away.
Give it to me.
It's not about the payday. You take it with you. It's not about the payday at all. It's about pride and honour. You know, I'm a warrior, and I want to beat this guy. And I've got to beat him. It's as simple as that.
There you go. See, every muscle. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be ringside.
That's right.
OK, and you're from Nottingham. I'm going to wear Robin Hood's green helmet thing to cheer you on.
I'm going to try and get some blood on you. I'm going to hit him and spray it your way. No, but... Yeah, but
it's one of the worst...
You can take that with you
on the
on
worst promises anyone has given me. On a night out, I'll try, come on out, I'll get some blood on you. No.
Not in a bad way.
Well, there's no good way.
No. That'll be like a little trophy for the evening.
No, I'm fine. You know what? I'll buy a programme, OK? I'm fine. I wish you the very best of luck. But, ladies and gentlemen, join me in saying congratulations to a British world champion, Carl Froch. Right there. Great stuff, Carl. Thanks to all my guests tonight.